Giving all praise and glory to the Most High by Shama Mashiach Yahushai. Welcome. He's worthy to be praised for everything. You know, I was looking at a lot of things that's going on in the world, and I realized, and you should realize how the nation's in their order. And we go to it all the time. Psalm 96 and 5, for all the gods of the nations are idols. So we as the Israelites have to look at how we're going to come out of the ways of the heathen in all ways and aspects and learn to be righteous in the eyes of the Most High, in the Mashiach Yahushai. Because without that, we're going to be stuck with being just like they are and how they would want us to be, and not being able to follow the righteousness of keeping the law, statutes, commandments of the Most High, to be able to receive the power that the Most High wants us to have in these last days, to be under His wings. He's not going to put nobody under His wings that's not really in order with Him. How you going to be protected? Where your protection going to come from? I mean, everything that's prophesied going to happen. Everything He prophesied before has happened. He's not a man He should lie. So where your protection going to come from if you think you can handle it yourself only? It's got to come from our fathers, like He came through the Egyptian captivity. All those plagues He put on the Egyptians. That's how I equate the first captivity to the last captivity. Only this captivity, He's going to bring about so much in effects that the whole world going to recognize Zion forever and ever and ever. It's not going to be any, well, it could be over here, it could be over there. Now, that's why my Shabbat say, don't believe Him if they say He's over here, He's over there. They say every eye going to see Him. They don't care how far they dig down to the ground, every eye gonna see Him when He comes. And everybody gonna wail because of Him. And those also who pierced Him, He said. Revelation 1 and 7. So that in itself should let you know, in all the, things that the Most High have said He's gonna do in melting people. Say, I'm gonna melt you. That's enough right there to be afraid of Him, to fear Him, to do what He say do. Unless you think you can just take the punishment of the Most High, the judgment of the Most High. And the Mashiach Yahushai say, I and my Father are one. The Most High said that's what He gonna do. And He already said what He gonna do. So don't look at the Mashiach Yahushai coming through for you, who the world called Jesus Christ, when He already said, what I see the Father do, that's what I do. What I hear the Father say, His voice, I'm the Word. Most High have a voice, Mashiach Yahushai is the Word of the Most High. That's why we got to look at, once He came, He brought us into the spiritual law of the Most High. And that's how we're going to make it in these last days. Without it, you're going to fail. You're going to fail. You got a choice to choose life or death. That's it. Life or death. Life is eternal life, Israel. There's going to be a remnant of you nations out there that's going to be saved also. To be in our kingdom, working, not where we're going to be at, but working somewhere on this earth, just like you are now, only in righteousness. So anybody that don't want to be in a righteous kingdom, you deserve to melt. As the Most High say, you're going to melt a lot of people. Say, let the multitude perish then, who was born in vain. Let my grape and my plant be kept, for with great labor have I made it perfect. So a multitude of people are going to perish. That's why He said, repent, for the kingdom of heaven is at hand. It's at hand. This could be the last time for you to get it together. After this could be the judgment. where you want to be. Colossians 3:17. Hopefully you want to be in the kingdom. A remnant of the 12 tribes of Israel and a remnant of the nations. Where you want to be. Because this kingdom that we're in now, these kingdoms that you're in now, Israel, scattered among all nations, not going to exist forever. Every kingdom had a certain period of time to rule. Look, you had the Egyptians, you had the Assyrians, you had the Babylonians, you had the Persians and Medes, you had the Greek Empire, the Roman Empire, the Byzantine Empire, the Renaissance period. From that period to now, when Esau came back into power again, come on. It's got to end. The Most High said in 2nd Ezra 6:9, for Esau is the end of the world. I mean, Esau would have to be ruling in the end of the world. And Jacob is the beginning of it that followed. So I want to look at this darkness. How our people are and how we can look at, coming out of it a few minutes. Go to Isaiah 60:1, because Colossians 3:17 says, whatever we do with word or deed, whatever you do with word or deed, do all by Hashem Mashiach Yahushua. Give you thanks to the Most High and the Father by Hashem Mashiach Yahushua. So that's how you reach the Most High, in the name of the anointed Savior. The prophets had the spirit of a Mashiach, so when Mashiach Yahushua spoke to us without any New Testament, what you think he was bringing to us, the understanding of what it was that from Genesis to Malachi, and everything in between, how the understanding was. I mean, what do we know? We just learned how to read a few years ago. Come on now. It was against the law to teach us how to read. In slavery. So what do we really know? Some still can't read correctly with understanding. So pay attention. It's very important. This is very important. These are the last days, and you gotta pay attention before it's too late. Isaiah 60:1. Arise, shine, for thy light is come. Hear that? For thy light is come, and the glory of the Most High is risen upon thee. See? Arise. Come, Yahshua, and shine. Shine. Be illuminated. By what? Keeping the laws of the Most High. Having the faith of a Mashiach Yahushua. Knowing the law of the Spirit. Following it. Fearing the Most High and crying to the Most High. For the conditions of our people to be delivered from our enemies and all the hand of all that hate us. That's salvation. Power and authority forever. But bringing forth a righteous kingdom. That's why he said, arise. Shine. For thy light is come. And the glory of the Most High is risen upon thee. The glory of the Most High is risen upon us. So Mashiach Yahushua. He said, I'm the way to show you how to follow the truth, which is the laws of the Most High, is going to lead to everlasting life, people. Verse Isaiah 60:2. For behold, the darkness shall cover the earth. Darkness means ignorance. Not knowing. And that's what has covered the earth. Our people don't know. You have in the Bible say, hey, I don't know. Say, for behold, the darkness or ignorance, not knowing these scriptures, shall cover the earth. And gross darkness, gross ignorance to people. Gross ignorance to people. But the Most High shall arise upon thee. He's going to rise upon the children of Israel. And his glory, which is a Mashiach Yahushua, shall be seen upon thee. So that's why when you look at 1 Corinthians 3:23, Israelites say, for ye are Mashiachim. We are the Messiahs. in the Mashiach. The Messiah is the Most High's. But see, some of you already done bypassed him, thinking you're dealing with the Most High, and you're not. Listen, it says, verse 3, and the Gentiles shall come to thy light, and kings to the brightness of thy rising. See, everybody gonna come to the light of the laws of the Most High, of those that's keeping the laws of the Most High, those that the Most High have chosen to be his 1/3 of the 12 tribes of Israel. They gonna come to the light. And the 10 tribes, the 9.5 tribes, how you gonna look at it, that the Most High got rid of, they gonna come to the light also. First and foremost, these Gentiles, they're the Gentiles that's gotta come to the light. Because the Most High scattered them among everywhere. Just like he scattered Judah to the four corners of the earth. You see, all of us been scattered. He told us that in Deuteronomy 28:64. He's gonna scatter us among all the nations. We're gonna serve wood and stone. That's why you got all these different religions that popped up all of a sudden. They wasn't during the time of the Bible. You can't show me these religions during the time of the Bible. Didn't exist. These are something new. So it says, verse 3 again, and the Gentiles shall come to thy light, and kings to the brightness of thy rising. See? They're going to come, kings. I'm going to tell you, you're going to bring kings before us. We're going to gather them. They're going to come before us. As it is written, the Most High is not a man who shall lie, in a righteous kingdom. You see? Look at Psalms 94:16. Psalms 94:16. Who will rise up for me against the evildoers? Or who will stand up for me against the workers of iniquity? Most I want to know this. Who's going to stand up for him against the evildoers, those that are Israelites that's breaking his laws, statute, commandments, and the workers of iniquity, working wickedness and sins against him? Because he said, hey, these are my laws. He took the time to give us 613 laws. Moral laws, civil laws, dietary laws, ceremonial laws, and sacrificial laws. See, the sacrificial law was done away with when the Mashiach Yahushua came and died for the 12 tribes of Israel. Acts 5:30 and 31, if you don't believe it. It's right there. Forgiveness of sins to Israel. You know. So, here we are now. Most High asking the question, who's going to rise up for him against the evildoers and the workers of iniquity? Isaiah 8:20. To the law and to the testimony, if they speak not according to this word, it is because there is no light in them. See? If they don't speak according to the word of the Most High, it's because there's no light in them. What you think this light means? They don't have the law, statutes, commandments of the Most High. The light in Proverbs 6:23 tell you that the light is the laws of the Most High. And to be shining bright in the light, you're not in darkness. You're not in ignorance. It's not a time that you don't know. Because you study and show yourself approved to the Most High, rightly dividing the word of truth. So you understand what's going on. You just watching the prophecies and seeing them happen. And giving glory to the Most High. But some of myself, Yahushua, that you are called. Because ain't none of us chosen until you made it to the kingdom of the Most High. You'd have made it through 1,000 years of being taught by Hamashiach Yahushua, and then he said, come forth. You are worthy to come to my Father and our Father, the Most High, power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. That's when you made it. You ain't made it till then. Because there's going to be a lot of people that's still going to try and go to the left. He'll say, hey, I'm on the right. They're going to still try and go to the left. Be finished. You finished. Point blank. You finished. Ain't nothing to say. except for you finished. All Israel not going to be saved, y'all. Believe that. Because he's going to keep bringing it, and some people still blaspheme the Holy Spirit. Still don't accept it. So how they going to be saved? You're not going to be saved. That's why I say Isaiah 8:20, to the law and to the testimony, if they speak not according to this word, so I may stay with the word. It is because there is no light in them. There's no light in them. So if no light in you, what you have? Darkness, ignorance, not knowing. From there, go to Isaiah 47:1. Isaiah 47:1. Say, come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. You wonder why the people in darkness, in gross darkness, as it says? Say, darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness the people, gross ignorance the people. This is why. Say, come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground. You sit on the ground, that means you at a low estate. There is no throne, powers and authority here, O daughter of the Chaldeans. Chaldeans represent the Babylonians, Cushites, Ethiopians. For thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. See? You ain't gonna no more be called tender and delicate when ain't nobody touching you. You too soft to be touched, no. You say you're gonna be called tender and delicate. So when you look at this virgin daughter of Babylon, who is this? You got to go to Psalms 137 to find out who he's talking about. Psalms 137 and 7. It says, remember, O Most High, the children of Edom. Edom, the biblical name for the indigenous Caucasian race. In the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundations thereof. When the Babylonians came to take us into captivity as the 12 tribes of Israel, the Israelites, and I say 12 tribes because you can't say that it was none of the other tribes, but some of the other tribes had no sense to stay with Judah, the southern kingdom. They were there. So when they came to take the Israelites into captivity for 70 years, the Edomites burned down our temple. I'll tell you that in 1 Maccabees, I think 145 or something like that, 245. So the subject matter is Edom, children of Edom. So verse 8 says, O daughter of Babylon, who ought to be destroyed. So the children of Edom are the daughter of Babylon, who ought to be destroyed. Happy shall it be that rewarded thee as thou hast served us. So he's telling you, because you understand, this is prophecy. David is prophesying because the Edomites, he was not under no Edomites. King David had all nations subjected to Israel. That's why King Solomon, his son, when he came into power for 40 years, had peace. But what King David had done, a man after the Most High's heart, after the Most High's mind, this is what he did. Happy shall it be that taketh and dashes thy little ones against the stones, like they did our little babies, dash them against the stones. So now that we know the virgin daughter of Babylon represents Edom here, we can go back to Isaiah, the 47th chapter, and verse 1, when it says, come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon, which represents Edom. Sit on the ground. You'll be at a low estate. There is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans, because you're looking at comparing them to the things that Nimrod, Semiramis, all of them Chaldeans, they Babylonians, Cushites, Ethiopians, all the way back to them. That's why you got them up in the church right now. Don't even know. Y'all showing all these pictures of this so-called Mary and the Mashiach Yahushua. A lot of them is Semiramis and Tammuz and Semiramis and Nimrod. Either or. That's who it is. That's who the Pope have on one side. Then they have, the Caucasian image on the other side when you go in front of his people. That's why I say, O virgin daughter of Babylon, sit on the ground. There is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans, but thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. Verse 2. Take the millstones and grind. Mill. Uncover thy locks. Make bare the leg. Uncover the thigh. Pass over the river. So what he's saying, you're being exposed. You see? You're being exposed. Listen. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered. See? Nakedness, hey, you put on clothes so you don't be exposed. So now, it's a, your nakedness is going to be uncovered. So if you take off their clothes, they what? Exposed. That's what he's saying. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered. Yeah, thy shame shall be seen. See, the shame that they have done, all the things they have done, is going to be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man. See? You're not going to meet them as a man. Mashiach coming to judge and make war, but he's coming in his angelic, powerful, spiritual power from the Most High. Verse 4. For as for our Redeemer, the Most High power of hosts is his name, the Holy One of Israel. Sit thou silent, he said. Still talking to the Edomites. Sit thou silent and get thee into darkness. He said, be quiet and get thee into ignorance. You want to know why the people are in gross darkness? And the Most High, he told us this. He told us he's going to do all this. But we ain't want to listen to him. We want to do whatever we want to do. And looking at, just like people now, you live for your life today. You don't live for the future of the generations that's going to come after you. We're not taught that. You're just living for today. Whereas they look out for their future generations. But we know in this day and time, from the prophecies, what's the end going to be. That's why it behooves you to be righteous in the eyes of the Most High, that you can be saved from your enemies and from the hand of all that hate you. That's salvation. And being able to rule with a Mashiach Yahushua and learn from a Mashiach Yahushua for 1,000 years and make it to the kingdom of the Most High. Well, he going to be all in all. That's what it's all about. Him. He said, as for our Redeemer, the Most High of hosts, of armies is his name, the Holy One of Israel. Thou shalt no more be called the Lady of Kingdoms. See, America ain't going to no more be called the Lady of Kingdoms. I was wroth with my people. You see, he was wroth with his people. We, the children of Israel. I have polluted my inheritance. Say, you have polluted us. This is what the Most High did. Why? Because we refuse to follow him. We refuse to follow his rules and regulations. So therefore, he said, this is what he did. There ain't nothing that they did. This is what he did. He said he polluted his inheritance, which are the children of Israel. When you read Deuteronomy 32, 8 and 9, the children of Israel are the Most High's inheritance, Jacob's portion. Is a portion of the Most High. I have polluted mine inheritance and given them into thine hand. Now, can't be talking about the Jewish people, because whose hand are they in? They got their own country, own military, money, everything. You see? Operating under the power of the United States of America. He said, I polluted mine inheritance and given them into thine hand. Thou didst show them no mercy. See? We being killed. And what's the verdict? Not guilty. They ain't showing us no mercy. Upon the ancient, older men, older women, as thou very heavily laid thy yoke. You see the old men, how they had yokes of iron around their neck, with iron going out from their necks till they died. And thou saidst, I shall be a lady forever, so that thou didst not lay these things to thine heart. You ain't say you're gonna be a lady forever, you're gonna be a tender and delicate woman forever. But you ain't laid this to your mind, neither didst remember the latter end of it. You ain't remember the latter end of what's gonna be happening before all this is over. Therefore, hear now this, thou that art given to pleasures, all you that's, given to pleasures, living lives, spending money like it's nothing, touring, going everywhere in the world you want to think of and can't think of, that dwelleth carelessly, why say carelessly? Because what security do you have? We don't have no security. Only security we have as Israelites is the power of the Most High and the angels. And they make sure that whatever it is that a lot of people plotting don't happen. But they're living carelessly. I mean, look how they going up in the schools now. What are you going to do, make the schools prisons? You took the Most High and the out of there, so you can't bring them back in there. Well, they'll go crazy. You have atheists and all the people that's against that, they'll go crazy on you then. You think it's bad now? You can't even pray in the school. Can't read the Bible in the school. So what do you think? You took the Most High and the out, who you call Jesus Christ, and you left the devil and Satan and all evil that you can think of and can't imagine right there. So what do you think? You have all those students there, and the devil gets into their mind. So why you do it? The devil made me do it. It's right there. He right there. He ran the Most High and the out. So who you leave there? Living carelessly. You ain't think about your children on that or the kids on that note. You ain't look out for them on that note, because that's who you left there. That saith in his heart. Saith in thine heart, in your mind, I am. You say I am, and none else beside me. I shall not sit as a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children. See, I ain't gonna sit as a widow. Widow is a woman that's lost her husband. Neither will I see the loss of children. See? You said in your mind, I am. You can't deny this because you painted, and still today, as I'm speaking right now, you still have Caesar Borgia and whatever so-called white image that you can have up in your churches and your houses, and it's been polluting the whole world with that madness. You can't, none of you sit out there and believe or prove that who you call Jesus Christ was and is a so-called white man. So therefore you think the white man is going to bring back righteousness on this earth. They don't even believe that. I've never found one to say yes. I believe that. Isn't that so? But yet still you have that picture painted. When Mashiach shine, we read Revelation 1, 14, 15, say he had hair of wool, his feet like a refined brass that burned in the furnace. Very dark skin. It's just the truth. That's why I say. Verse 9. But these two things shall come to thee in a moment, in one day. The loss of children and widowhood. You're gonna kill the children and the men. Therefore, you women, I guess, you're not gonna kill the majority of you, as he is men and children. They shall come upon thee in their perfection. For the multitude, just giving you the reason why. For the multitude of thy sorceries, and for the great abundance of thine enchantments, witchcraft, sorcery, palm readers, anything you can think of that keep you from calling on the Most High, you promote it. Or they promote it. So it says, for thou hast trusted in thy wickedness. You trust in your wickedness. Thou hast said, none seeth me, nobody see me. You trust in your wickedness. Remember? You understand? But those that don't understand, they trust in their wickedness because the Most High, I mean, you know, they've been put in a trick bag, but it is what it is. The Most High said in Proverbs 16:4, the Most High have made all things for himself, yea, even the wicked for the day of evil. So, when you look at Job 9:24, it's right before Psalms. It says, Job 9:24, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, wherein who is he? So, that's what we were talking about just now, as far as dealing with how they covered up the faces of the judges. So Mashiach coming to judge and make war, Revelation 19:11. It's not going anywhere. So when you look at how these things are, without a shadow of a doubt, showing you how it's going to be, the future is like he prophesied against us. It's still talking about us for what we doing as a people, the children of Israel, and not following him and want to follow and learn the way of the heathen. You see this all the time. When you understand what the scriptures are saying, and here it is, our people are locked into the world. The world set up to send you straight to hell. So look, it says, Isaiah 64:10, but thou hast trusted in thy wickedness, thou hast said, none seeth me, nobody see me. You trusted in your wickedness, and since the Most High didn't deal with you as of yet, and all you that's following him, Most High long suffering, remember that. But he said he would not acquit the wicked. Like they say, if it don't fit, like Johnny Cochran said, if it don't fit, you must acquit. In the OJ case, Most High said, hey, he's not going to acquit the wicked. Just like he got us, he's going to get you too. He's going to get them too. It says, none seeth us. Nobody see me. They don't, nobody see us, what we doing. Like, you don't see me. Thy wisdom and thy knowledge, it hath perverted thee. So your wisdom and knowledge have perverted thee. And thou hast said in thine heart, I am, once again, and none else beside me. Now, that's key there, because who said that they're the Most High and they're Mashiach Yahushua? Who drew pictures of themselves as a people being the Most High, of Mashiach Yahushua, the apostles, the children of Israel, the people of the Bible, besides so-called white people, so-called white men, and, you know, women too, so-called white women too, because Maria Antriquez, she's the one that put Caesar Borgia on the cross. How about that? That's why you see him on the cross? Yeah. Maria Antriquez, she's the one that ordained that he would be put on the cross. Until this day. Verse 11, therefore shall evil come upon thee. Thou shalt not know from whence it cometh. It rises, and mischief shall fall upon thee. Thou shalt not be able to put it off. And desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, which thou shalt not know. So I was going to say, it ain't nothing that you can prepare yourself for. He's telling you that this is going to happen. They can't prepare themselves for this. So he said, you shall not know. Because it's coming from the Most High. When you going to say the Most High going to do this? Are you out there trying to predict when the end of the world is? The Most High only knows. That's why he only knows when he's going to bring this about. Just like he said it to us. He told our ancestors, this is what I'm going to do. Follow me, hey, you rule the whole world. Be above all nations of the world. We didn't. We broke his laws, so therefore he said, I'm going to punish you. I'm going to put you under all these nations that I have said are nothing and less than nothing. But I'm going to put you under them. Because he only know us, children of Israel. That's Amos 3, 1 and 2. You know, I had either might say, oh, that was then. No, every word of the Most High is pure. You know, the Most High said, I change not. Malachi 3 and 6. It's all, you get to understand through the precepts. So they all fits for whenever. Ain't nothing new under the sun. Verse 12. Stand now with thine enchantments. Now Most High clown. He says, stand now with your enchantments and with the multitude of thy sorceries, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth. A lot of, not only is Esau, our people that's caught up in, you know, witchcraft and sorcery and the things that you are dealing with concerning yourself. It ain't got nothing to do with the Most High. You got to understand, either you with him or you with the devil. Either with a Mashiach Yahushua or you with the devil. Mashiach Yahushua on the right side, the devil on the left side. Which one do you choose, life or death? Because you know you're going to be thrown in the lake of fire. Death, devil, false prophet, the beast, everything that's foul and wicked and sinful, finished. That's it. So that's your choice. Choose life or death. Choose everlasting life with streets paved in gold, no more crying, no more tears, in a righteous kingdom, no more war. That's why we know the people that's in the land now are not the true Israelites. With all the war that they have continually. Because the Most High said in Exodus 17:16, he's going to have war with Amalek forever and ever and ever. Generation to generation, man. So that's why it behooves everyone to start to learn the Most High's rules and regulations, his rules and regulations, besides following the law of the land, which you have to, you better follow the law of the Most High. You don't stand before the Most High and say, I never got a speeding ticket. But you broke all the other laws that the Most High said we're supposed to follow. And think that you can do it because of the way you've been taught in Christianity. We're not under the law, but we're not saying grace. We speak in tongues. What language you speak? I don't know, it's some language that I speak privately to the Most High. When you're talking to everyone, everybody can hear you babbling what you babbling. And no interpreter, that's all off. But that's what our people do. They all into that. Listen, it says, thou art weary in the multitude of thy counsels. Let now the astrologers, the stargazers, the monthly procrastinators stand up and save thee from these things that shall come upon thee. Remember he said in verse 11, he said, therefore shall evil come upon thee. He said, let all your witches save you from these things that he says is going to happen. Therefore shall evil come upon thee, verse 11. Thou shalt not know from whence it cometh, it rises, and mischief shall fall upon thee. Thou shalt not be able to put it off, and desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, which thou shalt not know. That's why he said. In verse 13, he said, thou art wearied in the multitude of thy counsels. Let now the stargazers, the astrologers, the stargazers, the monthly procrastinators stand up and save thee from these things that shall come upon thee. See, let them stand up and save you, since that's what you trusted in. Behold, they shall be as stubble. You hear what he said? They shall be as stubble. That's tumbleweeds, dried up weeds. The fire shall burn them, They shall not deliver themselves from the power of the flame. There shall not be a coal to warm at, nor fire to sit before it. Thus shall they be unto thee with whom thou hast labored, even thy merchants from thy youth. They shall wander every one to his quarter. None shall save thee. You know? No matter how much money, and how much many allies, I might say, that you have that's making all this money, they're not going to be able to save you. Remember, most I say going to come upon them at a time that they don't know when it's coming. And they're not going to be able to quench the flame. That's what most I said, you know. This him. This who's talking. Understand this, overstand this. This who's speaking. You get an idea who I'm talking about through the Spirit of the Most High. Pay attention, Israel. Hebrews 12 and 29. For our power is a consuming fire. See, our power is a consuming fire. Are you ready for that? A consuming fire. That's the Most High. So when he said what he gonna do, it's not hard for him. He's already consuming fire. That's what he does. Look, go to Psalms 50 and 3. Psalms 50 and 3. Our power, the Most High power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, shall come and shall not keep silence. He ain't gonna be silent. A fire shall devour before him. Hear that? A fire shall devour before him, and it shall be very temperate round about him. Say.
Just me and the Spirit. Sometimes it just be us deep. Yeah, I got my sword with me.
Isaiah 66 and 15. Isaiah 66 and 15. For behold, the Most High will come, it's a future prophecy, with fire and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury and his rebuke with flames of fire. Remember, he's consuming fire. So y'all playing around thinking that he's just gonna allow you to do whatever you want to do forever. No, you're not gonna be able to do that. Look at Ezekiel 22 and 20, so you understand how consuming the Most High is and what he has to say. He said, as they gather silver and brass and iron and lead and tin into the midst of the furnace, to blow the fire upon it, to melt it. That's how man does. How they lay it in the fire to melt it. So will I gather you in mine anger and in my fury, and I will leave you there and melt you. Yeah, I will gather you and blow upon you in the fire of my wrath, and ye shall be melted in the midst thereof. Melted by this consuming fire, the Most High, that you don't have no fear of, because you ain't got to be afraid of him. You better understand. As silver is melted in the midst of the furnace, so shall ye be melted in the midst thereof. And ye shall know that I, the Most High, have poured out my fury upon you. That's what the Most High said. So don't get it twisted thinking that you're going to escape this. No. He said going to come when you don't even know, just like he did us. We paid for not following the Most High's laws, statutes, and commandments. See, so who's following them now? Look, uh, look at another description of the Most High. Ezekiel, first chapter, 27th verse. And he's seeing this to the Lophany, which is, showing us something. If you could see him, giving you examples, because Ezekiel's giving us a description of his power. Daniel's seen a description of him also. But it's just something that we can relate to. It's tangible, because the Most High is a spirit. Remember, just so you don't get it twisted. Mashiach Yahushua told us concerning the Most High. St. John 4:24 says, Most High is a spirit, and they that worship him must worship him in spirit and in truth. So he told us in Colossians, the first chapter, Colossians 1:15, it says, who is the image of the invisible power. Hear that? Invisible. So something invisible you cannot see. Period. So he's an invisible power. But now he's giving us, an analysis of something that we can relate to, since it's a known fact. This is no, secret. 1 Corinthians 1:22. For the Jews require a sign. The Jews require a sign. Show us something. Show us something. So now he's showing us something. So going to Ezekiel 1:27, it says, and I saw as the color of amber, as the appearance of fire round about within it, from the appearance of his loins even upward, and from the appearance of his loins even downward. I saw as it were the appearance of fire, and it had brightness round about. See? So the appearance of fire. As the appearance of the bow that is in the cloud in the day of rain, the rainbow that's in the cloud in the day of rain, so was the appearance of the brightness round about, round the edge of it. This was the appearance of the likeness of the glory of the Most High. When I saw it, I fell upon my face, and I heard a voice of one that spake. See? So, we understand this. St. John 1:18. We've already read the Most High is invisible. So, St. John 1:18. No man has seen the Most High at any time. The only begotten Son, who is the Mashiach Yahushua, which is in the bosom of the Father, he hath declared him. Okay? Keep that in mind. So let's go back. So now that you know, Most High coming with fire, Mashiach Yahushua coming with fire to judge and make war, to burn parts of this earth up and purify it, and set up righteousness on this earth. He said in Isaiah 47:14, behold, they shall be as stubble, like tumbleweeds. The fire shall burn them. They shall not deliver themselves from the power of the flame. There shall not be a coal to warm at, nor fire to sit before it. Thus shall they be unto thee, with whom thou hast labored, even thy merchants from thy youth. They shall wander every one to his quarter. None shall save thee. See? The merchant rooms, hey, they're going to be crying. Let you know, in Revelation 18, it talks about the same thing. I was giving you more understanding of what they're going to be doing the same. So now, look at Psalm 94, 16 again. It says, who will rise up for me against the evildoers? Or who will stand up for me against the workers of iniquity? Who's going to do it? Wisdom of Solomon 5:1. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him and made no account of his labors. A righteous man gonna stand in great boldness in the face of such as have afflicted him and made no account of his labors. When they see it, they shall be filled with terrible fear, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all they look for. You see? So that's why we look at how people look at us as Israelites being so different than Christianity and so forth, because that's like watered down word of the Most High. They ain't dealing with the true word of the Most High, else they be telling you about nationality. The book is about nationality. It's about us going into captivity after captivity after captivity after captivity, and prophesying of the end of us being brought into a righteous kingdom. But it say the righteous scarcely gonna be saved. So this ain't no easy task for no one. So anyone saying that what you gonna do in the kingdom, you ain't made it there yet. None of us. Which one of you got your seat in the kingdom? You can say, okay, this is my seat. I got my seat. I know I'm gonna be there. Just a moment.